Hello, Bropez, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly, man. What's up,
Alright.
dude?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've just uploaded a YouTube video, so I was just a bit wary.
No, no, don't worry, no worries, man.
Yeah, but it's
So
good
we
to talk
we
to you
doing
again.
this now?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
we're
of course,
gonna
man.
do this now, yeah. Um,
All right, no problem. Yeah, I was with my girl like all day yesterday. I just got back this morning, so was not expecting to be this late. But hey, I mean, better late than never, right?
yeah. I mean, it's a one-to-one series, and then eventually we'll do a group podcast, and everything will be okay.
All
So,
right, sounds good, man.
yeah, it's good to talk to you again, considering how busy you are and pretty much everything.
Yeah, really? I wouldn't know, man.
Well, like your last YouTube video was like, what was it? Was it a week ago or something? And then the last one before that was like a month ago. And I was like, where's Bropez at? I hope he's not dead or anything.
No, funny. I just finished my midterms yesterday, and
Hmm.
then Friday. I finished my interview for a possible employment with law enforcement. So
Oh, nice.
I'm waiting for that to finish up. It should be done pretty much at the same time I'm done um, the whole thing with school, which by the way, like if anybody wants a news update on that, I'll be done on the 30th to like the first week of July. So I'll have my life back by that time, hopefully, and I'll be able to rekindle what's going on. So.
Oh yeah, like the whole S-Myogines, talking shit about them. Says, oh look at this
Oh,
guy
good.
hacking, and yeah, I miss those videos personally.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I think that guy's hopeless, man. He's like Trump, dude. He's just delusional, man. He's not gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like every time, I've noticed one thing with him. If somebody posts a hacking video of him, he's always there to comment. He's always there going, "I did hack." Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
making me more famous. And it's like, what are you doing, man? You're shooting yourself in the
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah. Seriously. You know, it's funny. Like every single person, at least that like frequently comments, and there's still people commenting now, man. Like you know, it's crazy that like you start to see that he really is a minority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't. You know, I was excuse me. I was like doing a little bit of research. I was about to go crazy on this guy one time, and like a lot of like wherever he was from, I think the only reason why most of these people are like glitching and lag switching is because like they come from countries that like really don't have like anything to do. You know, like there's not very high crime rates. You know, it's very normal. So
Yeah.
to be a villain, I guess, online is exciting. You know, the closest thing to something where it's not illegal, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, that's like the only thing he seems to get off from. It's like the guy must have no real
Yeah,
life
yeah.
or something. So he must think to himself, oh shit, what do I do? So he gets a PS4, starts hacking, ruining the game for others. And somehow it's like he gets off from it. He's all, yes, look at me, look at my clan. And it's like, what do you get out of it, mate? Seriously, it doesn't benefit you. All you're doing is
It
just
doesn't.
ruining other games. And I don't know why people do this. Where do they get the motivation from? I mean, I don't want to say something like, "Oh, he was abused by his dad" or something happening, but it's like,
Nah.
why? I really don't know why.
Yeah, it's really something I can't understand either. I mean, he could be very self aware, and he's just genuinely like, hey, like I just want to be famous. Like, I just want people to talk about me. Like, you know, it's kind of like I don't know, a multitude of YouTube personalities. They just love hearing other people talk about them. You know?
Yeah, it's something he seems to get off from. It's like he's a fame-hungry whore or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's funny because he said that too on one of my videos. I mean, I had to block him though because I mean, like, really, like, I'm not just gonna let him, like, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah,
um, yeah, I realized that, like, since he kept, like, commenting and stuff, and, like, my first video that I ever put about him, like, it was a joke video, you know, it was the first ever one I ever seriously, like, put some effort into because I was pissed, was my, how to flash that on MGO, without quiet in parentheses. It was the one with, like, Ichigo in the
oh yeah,
thumbnail. And that was the first one he ever commented on, so I was furious. I was like, you know, it's like he put salt on the wound, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Now, now I'm not like just some typical like, you know, commenter, YouTuber who's just gonna let him talk and not say nothing. I don't know, like it bothered me, you know, because like dude, you're talking shit about cheating. Like, there's nothing cool about that, you know?
Yeah,
So
and
yeah, I just spent like all day making that video and put it up, and then yeah, people loved it because it was the one addressing the community and it had like the little light switch on it, and that
yeah.
was the first one I put on. I knew I had to put it on Reddit because I had to like let everybody know my voice in it, and it turned out really well for me, man. So I'm not complaining.
I mean, that's good. I mean, you got a lot of attention from it. I mean, when I saw your video, was it PC hacking turns goes full virgin or something like that? I
Yeah,
mean, that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
really well done video, and I was watching it, and you know what's going to come up next. Um, yeah, I thought it was a really well done video, you know, exposing the hackers and everything. Although I did have one problem when I was watching the video, when I was scrolling
What's
down
up?
to the comments. And yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
I know what you're
my
talking
one of
about.
my worst M&As, and I was like, "Fuck's sake, it's this
Yeah.
guy. It's fucking perfect still for yet again." But no, I'm not disrespecting your work though. Your work is really good. You know, it's shit hot. It's probably better than my own, so I'm not gonna
Oh,
complain or
dude,
disrespect.
I can't say that, man. You've had my back for a while now, man. You're the
Yeah,
one of the first people who I think subscribed, to be honest with you.
yeah.
At
I
least
think
in
I
terms of
remembered.
like the MGO community.
Yeah, I remembered I said something like smash the subscribe button or something.
Yeah. You were like smash this like and subscribe button. I was like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Like it made me feel so like it was worth it, you know?
Yeah, and no, and then your future videos were like really good, you know, exposing more hackers, exposing glitches. I mean, I remember you used to post on RMGO and you used to get those comments, don't post this on RMGO, people are going to find out, it's going to ruin the game. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
how are you going to expect to get shit done if nobody talks about it? Seriously, this is how
Yeah.
Konami finds out about glitches and hackers. They need to find out with information, they need to find out with videos. And if you keep silencing it, you're more or less letting these hackers run free.
Exactly. You know, it's only gonna continue if you just let it happen. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like if somebody, I don't know, if somebody shoves you, you know, while you're walking down the street, and it's the same person every day, they're gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. I know that's a
Exactly.
bad example, but you get my point. Like, you know, things won't get known if nobody talks about them, and I felt like this would be the best way to do it. Now, I talked to one of the moderators. I think his name is Flash Medallion.
Oh no,
I don't know
Flash
if you know.
Medallion. Oh god,
Yeah,
god, god.
he he was he was the one that told me like, hey, like he messaged me first, so you know I give him props for that because he was like, yeah, like this isn't going in terms of like Reddit's rules and regulations, their terms of service, I suppose.
Yeah,
So I was like, look, like I asked him, I was like, if I put a disclaimer, could I still put it? And he said yes. You see what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
So to be honest, like I don't have any beef with like the moderators. It's more like the community that has been like pissed at me for doing that. Believe it or
yeah.
not.
And I just don't
That's the
understand
side
why
that I
it's
don't
like
think a
that.
lot of people know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I'll like post something and then the PC community mainly will be like, great, now you're fucking it up for everyone. Like now they're gonna know. But it's like I I see their arguments, but it's like I'm only doing what my primos wanted me to do. Like they send me
Yeah.
videos, I'm gonna talk about it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. It's better not
So
to be like silence and just sitting there in the corner going, oh well, there is this guy's hacking around, but I've got the footage, but I'm not going to do anything.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's good that you stick to your guns and more or less give a middle finger to those who said, oh no, don't post this, don't post that, because then they would win, like in a psychological warfare sort of thing, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
Because like
yeah,
every
yeah,
forum and all that, they always try and get people to follow their beliefs. It's always a war, especially on RMGO.
yeah. I see your videos with the references, like the different people on the community, and the one that you put for RMGO was hilarious, man.
Oh, well,
I
it
was like,
is. Yeah.
yeah, I was like sitting at, like, I think I like my girl's house, like laughing out loud. She's like, "What the hell's so funny about that?" I was like, "You're not gonna get it. Like, unless you're on Reddit MGO, you're just not gonna get it."
Yeah, I mean that community of RMGO video. I mean it's so real. It's so accurate. I mean the whole fighting. I mean that's what RMGO is. You always get someone who goes, "Here's a video of me doing gaming on MGO. Here's my headshot montage or something." And there's always that one guy who always comments and he says something like, "Oh, that wasn't good enough," or "I could do better." And then people start fighting over it, and it's like, "Are you being serious?"
Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, there's no reason to be arguing over stupid shit like that.
I know. Like, you should be working together. You should be working constructively, like what you said.
Yeah,
Like hacking
yeah.
videos, exposing the hackers. But yeah, like think more like you. Don't post shit like
Thanks. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I get like, hey, you might not like their style of video, but to just blatantly say like that was shitty, like I think it has just some more to do with the person, just being a freaking dickhead, you know.
Oh yeah.
And jealousy is another thing too, man. Like, people are just genuinely jealous. Like, maybe they seen the video and they're like, it's not that good, but it actually is that good, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I mean, just I don't know why they do it. I just really don't know why to do it. Um. Anyway, let me get right into the video. I'm just gonna ask you some questions if that's okay.
Yeah. Go
So,
ahead, man.
what was your favorite MGO moments? So when you used to play MGO, what was your favorite moments?
Okay, does it have to be three? Can it be any MGO?
It,
Because I have
it,
to
it
ask
could
that
be all
question.
three. It could be all three.
I'll give you all three.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, do I have to pick one, or should I tell you one
Just
from each?
whatever. Just maybe whatever's the best story, or just whatever.
Okay. The best story I can give you was MGO 2. It was summer.
Yeah.
I want to say 2009 or 10, and this was when like tournaments was like always hot. You know what I mean? So it was, I think, a Friday or a Saturday tournament. I can't remember exactly, but I'll never forget. I'll never forget this, dude. It was so crazy, and it was because we lost, dude. But I wasn't lost because I was mad. I was lost because I was thoroughly impressed, dude. I really wish I could remember the team name, but they had like a panda for their clan symbol. And
Right.
so, it was the usual crew. I think it was like a 2 a.m. tournament because they had two. They had the first one a little earlier. It was like 9 p.m. to like 11. And then there was a late night tournament. So in case you lost the first one, you had a second chance. You know what I mean? Now, the
Yeah.
late night tournaments were usually better for us because it's a late night tournament. You know what I mean? Like all the pro players probably are asleep because
Right.
they have lives, whatever. I didn't. I was like 15, 16 years old. But anyway, so it was the last match, last round, last match, and it was on CC, I believe, Coppertown Conflict. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
And we did our usual stuff. It was just a team deathmatch. So we were like, oh, we got this in the bag. We're gonna win the tournament. So we do our usual, and we start noticing that like none of their people died yet, right? So
Right.
we're like, we take a we take a minute and look at the scoreboard. Like every single one of them like had a kill but no deaths,
Right.
and they were like hovering. They basically cut the map in half, right? So
Right.
where we spawned at, we weren't locked in our spawn, but the moment we like started crossing to their like, the only way I could explain it was battle lines. You know what I mean? Like once we passed our half of the map, we were getting killed. They literally split their team in twos. It was two on the left, two in the middle, two on the right, dude. And it worked so well, I will never forget it to this day, man. Literally, they wiped the floor with us without even moving. It was hilarious, dude. And the amount of butthurt coming from my team, I'll never forget, dude. Like I was laughing the whole time. I thought that was so fucking funny, like how effective it was. It was so practical, but like you will never see that in an online game now. You know what I mean? Because
No, no.
there's so many individuals like those guys. Dude, they were like fucking robots, bro. They just knew what to do. It was crazy, man.
Um, I was speaking to Sentinel before about my favorite MGO moment. It was the very controversial moment. The one where the kid joined our party and we were more or less like talking shit about him and laughing at him and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I posted on our MGO and I got a lot of shit saying apparently you use cyberbullies and all that, especially by Perfect Stealth.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
yeah, and I remember, I don't know, just at the time I was talking to Sentinel, I just thought it was really funny as fuck. I mean, like the build up and during the event, like when the kid he sent like a message to Sentinel says, "Oh, I'm a big fan. Can I join your party?" and that. And so Sentinel was like, "Yeah, join," and all that. So when he joins, he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" and all that. And I was like, I said,
He sounded like a clown or something.
well, he sounded just like, you know, your typical squeaker. So I said to Central, I was like thinking, so I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you inviting this kid in for? And he was like going, I didn't know he was a squeaker. If he was a squeaker, I wouldn't let him in. And just like all the stupid shit he used to do. So yeah, that was a pretty funny moment for me. I mean, you could tell him to do anything, like wear a cardboard box during what's it called, Cloak and Dagger,
Yeah.
and he would actually do it. He'd sprint across the whole map, and I was like, "Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?" And stuff like, "How do you close the game?" So my friend Champa was going, "Turn the PS4 off." So he actually, like, he didn't turn the PS4 off. He actually closed the whole game, like when you're supposed to quit the session. But he actually
Yeah.
closed the whole game, like,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
options, leave game, done. I was like, why? Seriously. And then you get people that say, oh, it's cyberbullying. I was like, fuck off. Seriously.
It has
Um,
nothing. I mean, it's not your fault. It's an online environment. It's a public environment. What the fuck? What did his parents expect him to be exposed to? You know what I mean?
well, it's like what Sentinel said. Sentinel said, I'm sorry, but in my country, and so is in my country as well, it's an 18 plus. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
I know, and it's like, you're letting your kid play games that's not designed for them.
Yeah.
And what do you expect? You're gonna, like, see loads of 18 plus people anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd said it before the Centaur. I said there's been worse people on YouTube. It's like, do you know Leafy's here? That
Yeah. 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 I know
YouTuber?
him.
And he
Yeah.
starts posting like videos like most cringiest kid on YouTube, or man's threatened to come and kill me, or this kid is this kid is that. And the hypocritical part is people actually like that stuff. He's got 2 million subscribers and people like that stuff. But if we
Yeah.
post something, it's terrible. We more or less killed this kid's parents or something. And I'm just like,
No, your online experience shouldn't be affected by some kid. Like I don't agree with that at all. Like if you
exactly.
want to mess with the kid, like dude, like he shouldn't even be playing to begin with, dude. So if you it could have been me. You could have been like Bropez, run around in a fucking box. I would have done it. Like just because he's a kid, all of a sudden it's wrong. Like
Well,
no.
yeah, but there's been loads of videos on YouTube of like kids
Yeah, yeah.
getting. Do you know 4chan? Right, there's like 4chan raids, and there's always like stuff like delete System 32, and I've actually seen videos of this actually happen, and people like that stuff. But if we do something like, oh, kids go in a cardboard box, and we start
Mhm.
laughing at him, it's so-called cyberbullying, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. It's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
hypocritical.
It is. It is.
Anyway, I'll ask you another question. What videos are you thinking about focusing on, since you might be coming back to YouTube soon?
Okay, so I do want to continue gaming. That's for sure. In my last video before I updated everybody on what was going on with me, I was thinking about starting Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah,
The only thing that Konami has me by the balls by right now, because they're actually doing that right, believe it or not. Like in terms of gaming, they're really fucking it up, but they're really picking up their card game, at least in my opinion. Everybody has their own, but I'm enjoying it. You know, it's giving me and my girlfriend something to do. You know, in terms of like I guess tabletop game they're called, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so excuse me. I want to talk about that a little bit, like maybe do some decks. Like I said, continue with gaming and also advice because like I don't know, like I see things from my friends and my family that I don't like, and I kind of want to talk about it. And the one thing I do want to talk about is marriage. Now people will be like, "What the hell? You're not even excuse me, you're not even married. Why should you talk about that?" But it's like it's great. You would be surprised like how many people that are like around my age just throw that word around like they're serious, you know? And it's like you should really like rethink that word, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And to give you like a perspective real quick of what I mean, and I'm gonna talk about it in the video. It's gonna be face cam and everything, so you know I'm serious. Like it's one of those things where like that's the person you're gonna be with till you die. Like you know, I
yeah,
get people like just divorced, but like that's not me. So if you're just that type of person, it's probably not gonna matter to you. But like, dude, like that's the person you're gonna be with forever. Like you should make sure 100% you can actually like tolerate that person. And it's funny, like the same people that tell me they want to get married are like complaining the next day that this person's a bitch, you know? So
yeah,
like little
yeah,
stuff like that I want to talk about, like just advice in general, you know. Even if somebody wants to ask me like, yo, what should I do about this? Like I'll be more than happy to like talk about it, you know. So that's the three main things, of course. So
Yeah, I mean the marriage advice. I mean that would be a good idea because, I say to my family before, you know, you see like a lot of couples arguing. They'll say, "Oh, my girlfriend's being a bitch. She's looking at my phone," or something like that. I think a
yeah,
lot of people rush into marriage too soon, and then
yeah,
if they date somebody like within 3 months and then they start getting married, it's like, why? I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you know the person, but you're not really knowing the person, if you know what I mean. And back
yeah,
in the medieval times, you know, once you were married to someone, that was it. You were married for life. You could either get a divorce, which is somehow like a beheading, say for example, and
yeah,
you wouldn't get married again unless it was like you had to pull some special strings, like, you know, bribing or, you know, paying ministers. I mean, I'm not all too clear on history, but yeah, too many people are rushing into marriage, and I think that'd be a good, you know, video to work on.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think so too, man. It. I hate to be biased. I do want to gear it towards men because I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion. I just feel like a lot of men are scared to like voice their emotions. You know,
Yeah,
I really do. Cause guys aren't supposed to show emotions. You know what I mean? At least, you know, for my experience, like nobody wants to hear how like a guy is all beat up because of a girl. So I feel like it'll be a way. Obviously, women will be welcome too. But you know, like I gotta stick out for my guys, man, because dude, we get mistreated as much as girls, but it just doesn't get talked about. You know,
yeah, and especially
they
with
really
stuff
do.
like, you know, Tumblr. I mean, you've got
Yeah,
like those radical like groups, and they'll say something like, you know, like the stupidest, ridiculous claims like men cannot be raped by women, and you know, and just anti-men propaganda, and it's like,
yeah,
seriously, and stuff like this, it holds social progression. So, yeah, you hear
hmm
like social like agendas and social stigmas like men should not show emotions or somehow they're
yeah,
like, you know, beta males or something like that.
yeah.
They're not worthy of a woman's attention, and it's like,
Oh man,
I don't know why it's like that. I really don't know why it's like that.
it's it. I'm man. This is we're already getting into it.
Yeah, yeah,
it
it's getting really
it's
deep
mainly
now.
yeah. It's mainly I want. Like, I'm not like a sociologist, so I don't know like everything, but there's definitely a culture with like my at least on this side of the world, like the last generation, i.e., you know, our fathers and our mothers, like you know, they mainly had that. We're just trying to like fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm confident that with time we can, but you know, the whole thing with you know men can't be raped and just stuff with men in general, I definitely don't agree with at all. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know why stuff like that actually still exists in this day and age. But you got to be careful though with social progression though, because you don't want to go too like, how can you say it, radical. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like the whole anti-men propaganda. I mean, I don't want to get in too deep into it because I'm going to offend somebody here. But yeah, you don't want to push too far. You don't want to force opinions down. You don't want to force like this should work, and you know, and then nobody will take you seriously. You should be a happy medium.
yeah, yeah. 100% agree with that. Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you a final question, and then that'll be the end of the podcast. Hold
Okay,
on.
sounds good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Apart from that, is there any future projects you'll be doing in the future? Like, not in the near future, but like in the far future? Like, what's your ambitions for your YouTube channel? Um, what would you like to aim at in general? Like, what would you like people in 5 years to say, oh, I watched Bropez's YouTube channel because this, and this?
Man, that's big.
I
That's
know it's a tough question, but I
um.
am a tough guy.
Uh, no, hey, I know you are. You're the strongest gamer.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you.
All right. So if I could have, you know, grown on YouTube in the next 5 years, which would be absolutely insane. Like I can't even begin to fathom that. I would just like to be recognized as like a I call me like corny, but a family oriented community. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I hate, dude. I will not tolerate like toxicity. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and that's so hypocritical because I'm over here like talking shit on glitchers, and whether it's justified or not is really up to the person. But my point is, like, I look out for my people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you support me, like, I'm gonna look out for you. If you gonna, like, if I know you, cause you, like, I don't know. I guess, like I said, it has something to do with big YouTube communities, but like, you can easily look up whether or not somebody's a subscriber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I know you're a subscriber and you come to my comments and you're talking to me, you're critiquing me, like, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna give you that respect. So from 5 years from now, dude, if it got bigger, like, I would like to continue that. If YouTube became a career, like, I'd love to, like, meet everybody in person, do videos with them.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
just,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, even if, you know, I just do meetups, like, hey, like, I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna go to the UK, I'm gonna go to Texas, I'm gonna go to Spain, wherever, you know, they may be. You know, I want to meet all of them, you know, talk to them, ask what's up, like, talk about things in gaming and outside of gaming, because they're both just as important, you know, so.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I know what you mean.
yeah, so just be more active in terms of talking to my primos in person, I would say is what I would like to do. And if I could continue this, and like I said, do it as a career, yeah, I'd like to do that mainly. And obviously, you know, do more videos on various topics, various things. I think the closest I could see myself being like is, have you ever heard of HMK?
HMK, no, I haven't. I'll look him up though,
Okay.
but go on.
Yeah, he's very active in, like, the Kingdom Hearts community, and he's always going out. He's always talking about different subjects on his channel. Like, I really think that's pretty cool. There's obviously a lot of YouTubers that do stuff like this, but you know, that's the one I can think of off the top of my head. So I that's how I would like to see myself. You know, just an awesome place where people can come and, like, voice their opinions, but not in, like, a toxic manner. I know that sounds crazy because I've been, like, shitting on glitchers, but in terms of, like, everything else, like, you know, it kind of like a forum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something like more community, like orientated, like a channel. So instead of
Yeah.
just like this is my ideas and my ideas only, stuff like community montages or community creations.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fan-inspired stuff. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, and that's what I said on my one of my videos. I think, like, I would not want to get big on YouTube if I have to detach myself from the community.
Yeah, I mean that's very thoughtful of you. So you don't,
Yeah.
you know, because there's a lot of like big YouTubers. I mean, they don't. It's like, who can I say for an example? It's like KSI. He's got like 11 million subs or something.
Yeah.
He's not going to look through every single comment of every single video and go, oh, I remember
No.
this guy, this guy, this guy. And you get a lot of people that like get quite big-headed as well once they become
Yeah.
like big YouTubers. I mean, it's happened a lot in the past. You see someone who starts off really humble and then just, I don't know, just get very egocentric and start,
Yeah.
you know, subscribers become more of a commodity than like actual people.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Like, this guy, B Dobbins for the win, he's been getting pretty big for talking about controversy within Activision, and at least when I message him on Facebook, at least he writes me a word. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, at least
I mean,
he
at least
tries.
it's something, you know, at least it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
acknowledgement. Yeah.
Exactly. It makes me feel awesome. That makes me look up to him like, damn, I want to be just like you, dude. Even if I have to, you know, take an entire day away from the internet to just answer comments, like, I'll do it, you know? Like, but anyway, since you brought up community montages, there is something I want to address because I know in one of my videos I talked about that, and there's a funny, not a funny story, but messed up story as the reason why that didn't happen. So I could just, like, put that out there now. The reason why it didn't was because the person that brought to me the idea just straight up was like, I shouldn't have done it, man. Like, I guess because the person that I'm not gonna say his name, obviously, but
I think I know who it is, but go on.
Yeah, you know who it is. But I just because, you know, he didn't want me to, like, put his stuff out there like that. But the person that did want to organize it, he had a lot on his plate. That's pretty much all it is. You know, kind of like me. Like, we bit more than we could chew. You know,
I mean, I was
yeah.
up for the montage myself, you know, I was up for submitting clips. I had friends, you know, they're going to submit clips, but yeah, I mean, if it can't be done, you know, there's no point dwelling on it, you know, just move on, possibly in the future, and just,
it's really
it'll eventually happen, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a letdown. You know, I could have took the initiative myself, but I really wanted him to do it just because he had a lot better editing skills than me. I just use Movie Maker, man.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean, I use Movie Maker as well.
exactly. So my quality, is nowhere near as amazing as he is. Maybe when the time comes, he'll do it. But if you expect me to do a community montage, like it's not going to be up to par, So I didn't want to I wasn't going to do it unless he was going to edit it. Pretty much is what I was trying to say. So
yeah. I mean,
it sucks,
will
man.
happen. It will happen in the future eventually.
Yeah. Of course, man. I sure hope so, man. Because he's the guy who was going to edit it has talent. He has a lot of talent, but.
That's I have seen his work.
Problem.
I mean, especially, I think it's on his videos, on his intros. I mean, his intros are really shit hot. It's like, I'm sure this guy works for Nickelodeon or something. I don't know. Stuff he comes up with, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but. Oh, well. Yeah,
it'll happen. It'll happen.
I never addressed it, though, so at least, first here on your channel, everyone will know what happened to the community montage that was supposed to happen. I'm pretty sure I lost subscribers because of that, too.
And then they'll have, like, an influx of comments on your channel. You lied to us. You said the community montage was odd. Why did you lie to me, Bropez? I bought this shirt of you and all this.
I feel so bad, dude, but it's like, you gotta understand, like, I'm like, stuck right now. Like, I wanna say, but I can't at the same time,
Yeah. I mean, you've got to put your personal life in front,
If
your subscribers are subscribers and they actually like you and all that, they should understand.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm never going to make a promise I can't keep again. I'm not going to promise anything.
Yeah.
Luckily, I just asked hypothetically. I didn't, say, straight up, hey, I'm going to do it. I was just like, what would you think about a community montage? You know what I mean? So I think I'm safe on that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, it might happen in the future, you just never know. If it rises up, people might do it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave this podcast here. I'd just like to thank you, Bropez, for attending the podcast. Podcast. God,
I like that. That's a nice name.
The broadcast. Oh my God, the broadcast. Right, I'm going to call it the broadcast from now on. But anyway, thank you for attending the podcast. It was nice talking to you after so many weeks, and I am a big fan of your work. So it's pretty much an honor from me, to you.
Thank you. No, it's an honor for me, man. You're the legend, dude. You're the one who's had my back forever. I need to be thanking your ass.
Me advising you, do this, do that. Now, see that guy, don't talk to him because he's an asshole. I'm not going to name who it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, anyway, thank you, Bropez. Do you have any last message for any fans that's listening in?
No. If you pretty much have any questions for me and TSG in the future when we do this again, because we will, for sure.
The group podcast, it'd be good. It'd be very good.
Yeah. Put them in the comments. I'll talk about anything. I'll go there. Obviously, religion and politics I would rather not talk about, for obvious reasons.
Oh, definitely not.
But anything else, yeah, of course, man. I'm all about it. So feel free to ask. To update, like I said earlier, first week of July, I'll definitely be back on the grind again. Till then, bear with me, still on the schoolwork. But any questions you want to hear on future podcasts, because I could definitely do this, spare an hour or two on a Sunday or Saturday to talk. I could